Hi there, I'm Elsie.
And I'm Jenny.
We are semi-serious, and this is our podcast, episode 3. Now, do we want to, say each number of the podcast at the beginning? Why not?
Why not?
We'll see what
after
happens.
10, no.
Yeah, I think it's still so new that we're like, oh my gosh, third one. Crazy.
Yeah, I think after we hit 10, we can't do it anymore.
Okay, 10 is too much.
Or maybe even 5.
We'll see which one we get to. We'll see if we even get to 5. We will. So, it is officially September, which means basically almost everyone has gone back to school now, which is cool.
And, we're not going back to school, which is really weird.
Whatever. On to our first topic that has nothing to do with school, but our second topic will have to deal with school. First topic, everyone's been talking about this weekend. Celebrity nude photos have been leaked. A whole bunch of celebrities.
Yeah, it was, apparently it's over 100 celebrities' iCloud accounts were hacked into. And the photos were released on Sunday.
Yeah. I didn't know it was 100 celebrities that were hacked.
Yeah, it's over 100 celebrities, which is crazy.
But not all those celebrities had nude photos, right?
No, but all those celebrities got hacked.
Okay. In search of
nude photos.
Or something incriminating.
Yeah. They were originally published on 4chan, which I've never heard of that before, but apparently
You've never heard of 4chan?
No, I haven't.
You don't go on the internet often.
Apparently I don't.
I mean, I've never been on 4chan, and you would never go on it either. I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it, because it's a terrible, terrible website. It's where all the scum of the earth, go to that website. It's a gross website.
That's what I assumed.
Well, yeah, if they're leaking photos of celebrities.
Yeah, so the pictures got posted there initially, and then they got kind of spread all over Twitter and Reddit and Perez and all this mess.
Yeah. So some of the celebrities that have been hacked, the most famous one I think is Jennifer Lawrence, or I think she's the one people are talking about the most, I feel like. But so did Leah Michele, Kate Upton, Kirsten Dunst, Hope Solo,
Ariana Grande,
her Victoria Justice,
Audrey Plaza.
Audrey or Aubrey?
Oh, sorry, Aubrey.
Wow, she's my fave, so that's why I'm very protective. Wait, she had nude photos too?
Well, okay.
Or she got hacked?
She got hacked, and there's nude photos of her.
But they haven't been leaked.
They have been leaked.
Oh.
It hasn't been confirmed if they're real or not, though.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But her nudes are also out there.
Somewhere
whether
in
real
the
or
ether.
Fake, they're out there.
Got it. Oh. I did not know that. So a whole bunch of celebrities, basically.
Ton of them.
So yeah, and then a whole bunch of people have been talking about it and putting their 2 cents as to who's really responsible, whose fault is this really, the person that hacked into the phone, or the individuals that have these photos on their phones and stuff like that. All my news has been from Twitter. That's my main news source, and so I follow a lot of people that share the same beliefs and opinions as I do. I don't really follow people that I don't enjoy or don't like.
Oh yeah, of course. Why would you do that?
I don't know. So because of that, I've just kind of gotten the one side of the argument, which is, and I totally agree with this, and it's the same opinion I have, is these women, and I mean, have there been any male photos leaked? From any male celebrities? I have no idea. Has it been all women?
From the 100 celebrities?
Yeah. From all the celebrities that have been hacked.
Kind of to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
So there may be a couple, I guess yesterday, because it just happened on Sunday, people kind of started to blame Apple, saying that it was Apple's fault, that there was a breach into the iCloud account, and that Apple should do a better job about the iCloud and whatnot. And Apple is they spoke out about it, I believe, this morning. Mm-hmm. And after they've done a lot of investigation, it turns out that there is no breach into the iCloud. Everybody's fine. Nothing, got broken into or anything. It was actually specific celebrities that were being targeted.
Oh, okay.
So this person, whoever this creep is, because he's anonymous still, was specifically targeting these females and these celebrities.
Got it. Okay. But yeah, so like the point with that was like, I don't even remember what I was trying to say, but
how like there's no male.
Yeah, but that wasn't my main point. It was that, well, yeah, I mean, that's part of it. But like, so these females are like, yeah, being targeted, and just females, which is fucked up on various levels.
No, I completely agree.
And then so their information was stolen, like that.
It's a violation of privacy.
Yeah, it's a complete violation of privacy.
Totally agree with
and
that.
For those that are arguing like, oh, well, they shouldn't have like naked pictures of themselves on their cell phones in the first place. Why does that? I don't see how that matters, really. Like I was telling you the other day, like I'm sure, I mean, I'm not saying you have nude photos on your phone, but I'm sure you have stuff on your phone.
Just to clear that.
But I'm sure you have things on your phone that you wouldn't want the public to see, you know? So that excuse doesn't really fly with me. I don't think it's a good enough argument. Like, it's my personal device. I'm gonna put whatever I want on it. Like, you can't tell me to like not put certain things on my phone.
Yeah, and do you mind if I say it? And I completely agree with that. Like, it's just like do whatever you want with your phone. But my kind of initial reaction to it, and I'm still kind of a little, I hold on to it, but not as much as before. But before I was like, well, you know, you should have not been taking naked photos, you know.
Why not?
All that jazz. And the reason why, I mean, I guess I personally would never have nude photos on my phone, which I guess is why I say that. But mostly because in, like, the age of technology that we live in, like, you know that there's the risk of that happening. Like, it's just, that's just the way it is. But because it's just, that's the internet. And, like, if it's on your computer, on your phone, on whatever technology you have, like, there's just that risk that it might get hacked into. And at least for me, I always have that in the back of my head, so I'm like super paranoid about everything that I do online. Like, I'm even like my past, like I'm just really like paranoid about people being hacked into. So I'm really careful about what I have on certain devices. But I mean, I agree with you. Like, it's just, I don't think that if you decide to have nude photos, go ahead. I just, you know that there's that risk. After thinking about it, I was like, wait, no, like I shouldn't be like, oh, it's your fault. Because it's like, what if I one day decide to take nudes on my phone?
Yeah.
But I would do it like knowing that there's that risk.
I don't know, because that means you have to live, and I mean, yeah, this is the real world, so this is a real problem, and like, I'm not going to go around and pretend that this isn't something that could happen. But it's like, that's not fair that you have to live under this constant like fear that something like that's going to happen. You know?
Oh, definitely.
And that's why, I don't know, I think it's stupid. And I was reading something, and it's like, in this, like you were saying, in this day and age where, like, porn is so readily accessible to everyone, and we're assuming that these people participating in porn are doing it, like, voluntarily, like, they're like, they know that this is going to be seen by thousands of people. Why then would you go in search of pictures of someone that did not give their consent for that, when you have such access to something that doesn't violate someone's privacy?
Yeah, and it's just, at this point, I feel that because, like you were mentioning, like, this guy went and targeted females specifically, like, it's just all that we're seeing. It's just female nudes. It just kind of brings up this whole topic of it's just like another violation of being a woman.
Yeah.
And it's like there's already so much that
we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just what makes me sad the most. It's just, I think, yeah, overall just like really disappointing. And I am not a fan
yeah, and
of anyone hacking into anyone's phones. I don't know. I just don't see the point.
I agree. And then I don't know if you've read this or not, or have seen it on Twitter. It's on a couple, like, it's on the Huffington Post and, like, New York Mag. But people are, like, trying, a lot of people are agreeing with what you said. And people are comparing, you know, people saying, oh, it's, you know, Jennifer Lawrence's fault for uploading the photos. Kind of the whole idea of like, well, you know, she was wearing a short skirt. She was asking for it.
Right, which isn't an excuse to me. Like, that's not an argument. There's no such thing as she was asking for it to me. to a lot of people. That's bullshit to me. No one's ever asking for this.
Yeah, I agree with that. So it's interesting how a couple of celeb nudes is like bringing up a bigger issue, which I guess in a sense is kind of good that these photos were leaked, or else we wouldn't be talking about that.
I guess.
in such like a public manner. Because it's all over the news outlets, you know?
But here's, like, the
really
downside
sad.
that, like, this is the biggest news ever. Because we as a society, like, automatically sexualize women's bodies, even if they don't want them. Like, if the females in question, like, don't want that. Like, these women did not want these photos to be seen by everyone in the universe for them to judge and, like, do whatever they wish with. That wasn't their intention for this at all. And now it is, because we as a society feel like we are entitled to that, and that is our right, but it's
definitely. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll see how the story ends up unfolding.
The FBI sent out a statement this morning about it, which I think is really funny.
No, they did not. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny.
That's crazy.
I think part of me is like, don't you have something better to do? Like, the FBI? Really? Which is kind of, I guess, contradictory to, like, all of my statements saying, like, this is, really bad and a big deal. But, FBI has bigger issues.
I kind of agree with that, because although I completely stand everything that I've said, there is, like, this one thing that kind of bothers me about how it's being portrayed and how it's being handled, is that they're making it to be about Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. She's, like, the one victim I've heard the most about. And the FBI statement was about Jennifer Lawrence. Like, it wasn't about all of them. It was just Jennifer Lawrence.
And that just really, for some reason, just really rubs me the wrong way. Because, yes, she is.
She's a really big star right now.
Yeah, and, like, she came forward and saying that those nudes were, like, real and whatnot. Those photos were real. You know, Kate Upton, although I'm not a fan of her, but that's a completely different topic. Kate Upton also, like, stepped up and were like, yeah, those photos are real. And, you know, she's taking the exact same precautions that Jennifer Lawrence and her team are doing. But it's not, it's about Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I just think it's because, like, right now, America's obsessed with Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah,
but
the thing is,
girl.
If Jennifer Lawrence wasn't hacked, would we be talking about this as much? Probably
I don't know.
Not.
That's true.
And that's why
really
it really
say,
bugs me, because it's like, I feel that it's such a big deal just from reading all of this stuff. At first I was like, ugh, gross, another like nude leak, but then I like did some research and was like, whoa, this is a big deal. That's why it just rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because Jennifer Lawrence's whole persona is like really down to earth, like, I don't know, girl next door, really approachable. And so that's why it's a little like weirder for everyone, because they're like, whoa, this girl is supposed to be like super like your average person, not like a celebrity, which like celebrities are like more crazy and like willing to take risks and stuff. So maybe that's why. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We could talk about Jennifer Lawrence for a whole other podcast.
That's true. We could.
I have a lot of opinions about her actually. But that's for a different day, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't leak celebrity nudes if you know how. Just don't do it. It's not fun or cool.
I agree. Don't leak anyone's nudes.
Yeah, actually.
If you get a dick pic, don't show it around.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Like, if you get a dick pic,
I don't know. That's kind of fair game.
I don't mean big, like, if it's like a dick pic or a tit pic, whatever it is, just don't share it. Keep it for your own eyes.
Unless the person says you can share it.
That's
explicitly says that you can share it, then go ahead. But if they don't give you consent to share it, then don't.
No means no. Yes means yes.
Word. Topic number 2.
Moving on to the next one. As Ilse mentioned, it's September, meaning back to school season is in full effect. And we thought it'd be a little fun to kind of reminisce on our college experiences and how we completely or didn't change from freshman year to senior year.
Yeah, super fun. Let's reminisce about college. My favorite thing to do. I don't know how this sparked. Like, how did we come up with this topic? I don't remember.
The topic came about because I had a pretty dramatic, not dramatic, but kind of a 180 change when it came to, I guess, relationships and, like, marriage and whatnot. Because when I was a freshman, I guess I was kind of conservative and very reserved.
Yeah.
I was kind of, and just all around, like, I didn't really voice my opinion much, or if I did, like, it was just kind of in the way I've kind of grew up and was raised in, and I grew up in, like, a Mexican Catholic household, and so that's kind of how I was, like, convinced I was going to be engaged by the time I was, like, 26, 25.
What a joke. Sorry.
Right? I was going to, like, be married before I was 30. All that jazz. You know, very, like, kind of, like, hopeful, romantic, whatnot. You know, all that jazz. And then come, I would say, fall junior year, going, you know, senior year, so I guess halfway through college, and very much senior year, it's just, I don't even know if I want to get married.
That was a very quick change.
It was, which, I mean, to me, it's also kind of a surprise that I think that way.
How did it come about, though? Like, I feel like, because obviously I've known you my whole life. Yeah, it seemed really kind of like, all of a sudden you're like, yeah, like, I don't really see the point anymore. Like, it's not something I don't want to do, but it's not something, like, I'm really feeling pressured to,
exactly. Like,
done.
if I get married, I'll get married. Like, of course I would want to get married, but if it doesn't happen, I'm okay if it doesn't happen also. The change kind of came from, I guess I started, like, going out more, because I turned 21 and whatnot, and I kind of started to realize, like, how much... Or, I don't know. Like,
well, I think a big part of it has to do with me speaking for you.
No, go for it. Because I can't even, like, explain it.
Didn't you? You went into college.
Oh, I did.
In a semi-serious, pretty serious relationship.
I did.
And then you broke up, like, halfway through college.
Almost. I broke up sophomore year.
Isn't that halfway?
Well, it was before sophomore year was over. It was like winter quarter sophomore year.
Okay.
And so I guess after, you know, big breakup or whatnot, I kind of started kind of being like, oh, like, you know, the whole, like, I don't need no man thing.
Well, I think there's, like, two ways to take it, and I'm glad you took it that way.
Yeah, I did take the breakup that way, which was good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you agree. And then also just... I kind of started kind of taking ownership of my sexuality and just, like, knowing, like, yeah, dude, I can make you buy me a drink if I want you to. And I found that to be very empowering. That probably sounds really bad.
No, you're taking control of your own sexuality. That's great. That's not a bad thing. It's what, like, society fears of you.
That's
like, for
true.
women to, like, actually take control of themselves. I'm coming off very strong in this episode, I feel like. But no, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing too. And it's just one of the things where it's like, I kind of, like, realized that I also have really big ambitions when it comes to my, I said that weird. Ambitions when it comes to my career.
Yeah.
And so I really thinking about it, like, there's no, like, room for, like, getting married or having kids when I want to be, like, CEO one day.
That's something I have a problem with, and is a debate that people have had for a very long time. You shouldn't have to choose. I don't think it's fair to have people choose between, and I mean, okay, I'm going to say it. It's more of, like, a woman's issue. I'm sorry, I keep bringing it all back to, like, feminism, but it's
no,
like,
we're both strong feminists.
But, like,
here.
like, male CEOs, which are the majority of them, you always see them married and with kids.
Yeah,
like, the majority of them, I feel like, are, like, when I worked at the chiropractor's office, my senior year, a lot of, like, heads of businesses would come into the office and stuff, and they all were married and had kids, and they had very big roles in, like, pretty big companies. And so I don't think it's fair that you have to choose.
I don't think so either, but just knowing my personality, I would just get so lost in my work.
Screw my husband, screw my kids. It's all about my work life.
Well, that's why I don't want to have a husband or kids.
You don't want to have to deal with it.
Exactly. But then again, like, if it happens, it happens, and which is why, you know, I would totally want to be with someone that supports me.
Stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, dude, if I can find a stay-at-home dad, that would be great. Let him do all the duties, and I'll just bring home the bacon.
Perfect.
But yeah, I think that was the biggest change that I went through in college. I mean, there's some other things, but that one, something like Ilse said, it was just very like, whoa, wouldn't think you would think that way.
It was like a flip of the switch. Very quick. But I thought it was great. I was like, finally, you think the same way I do.
Finally, and I'm really glad that I think this way too. How about you? How did you change?
Mine, I guess, is darker in some ways. Yeah, I came into college. I mean, we kind of had the same upbringing. I realized, like, so naive and, like, so did not know how the world worked. Not that I know how the world works now. But even less so when I first started college. Yeah, I had never really, like, spent that much time, like, completely and truly on my own. And I think that's why, like, my freshman year, I had such a hard time when I first got to school. Like, I was like, I want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. Like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But then I guess I just, like, figured out how to be, like, independent and, like, not really rely on people, because I think I relied a lot on my family. And then I had, like, this was my whole, like, realization and stuff was, like, sophomore year, where I, like, was trying to figure out, I kept finding myself, like, running away from things that I wanted in, like, certain situations, and I kept just, like, pushing them away and, like, but not even realizing that I was doing that, really. And then I was, like, starting to realize that I was doing that, and I was wondering to myself, I was like, why am I, like, pushing these things that I want? Like, why am I pushing them away? Like, why can't I just, like, accept these things that I feel that I want? And it was really funny. My, like, friend, this was, like, winter break, my friends, like, bombarded me in, like, a nice way. They, like, came over to my house and were like, we're picking you up and we're, like, taking you to my friend's house, and they're like, what's wrong? Like, you should talk about it, which I think is really funny. It was like,
it's kind of like an intervention.
Yeah, but in a very nice way. I did not feel, well, actually I did feel really, not attacked, but, like, really off guard. I was like, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
But I think I finally realized that, like, it was, like, this source of, like, uneasiness and, like, being unsettled was, like, all anxiety and, like, me freaking out and, like, having, like, a very low perception of myself that was, that I had never realized before in my life. So I was like, that was really weird. And it was, I think I just became a lot more self-aware throughout college and, like, realized, oh, this is who I am. Like, before I started school, I never understood people that were like, I don't know who I am. I'm like, how do you not know who you are? Like, you're yourself. Like, who else are you going to be? But then once I got to school, I was like, this is what people mean. Like, I did not know who I was at all. Like, I didn't know that I was naive and, like, that I didn't know anything about anything, basically.
Yeah, before you think you know everything.
Yeah. And so now I can, like, tell when I'm being my usual, like, reserved, like, cautious self, I guess. I don't know. I feel like this whole explanation was very vague, but it was just,
it seems like, I mean, to me, sorry if I interrupted.
No, it's okay.
It seems like you became more self-aware of how you see things and how you perceive them and how you feel about those things.
Yeah, I guess. I think everyone does that, though, when they go to school.
But it seems like you had a hard time before trying to realize that.
I think I was just, like, so, unaware. Like, I didn't realize what I was doing. And it was so crazy and weird to finally have this, like, revelation where I was like, oh, this is what I'm doing. These are the actions that I keep finding myself doing. Like, I keep running away from things. And I had always wondered why. And, like, now I know why. But, yeah, to put it in the most vague terms.
No, that's great.
But, yeah, no. And then I had always been, I think, more, like, liberal than you. So I had always had this, like, idea of, like, oh, yeah, like, I'm never getting married. Like, I don't see the point. So the only thing that, like, boosted that and, like, made it even worse, I guess you could say, or better, depends on who you ask, was like my sociology of gender class that I took my freshman year, where like that's where I learned what feminism was, and like hegemony, and like the patriarchy, and all that fun stuff that people love to talk about.
Great stuff.
But I also realized that, like, this was something I realized after I took the class, of course, because I was, like, a freshman. And so I was one of those annoying freshmen that was like, oh, my God, you have to take this class. Like, it's going to change your life. You're going to, like, see the world in a whole new way.
No way.
And I was, like, one of those annoying, like, newly feminist people that, like, is like, whoa, my world has exploded. Like, you guys, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm probably still like that, but.
Sometimes. Not all the time.
But yeah, I guess I feel like I did a bad job of explaining my part of it.
No,
but I didn't want to go into
it.
details because that would have taken like 3 hours.
No, I think that was great. I mean, I definitely had some of that anxiety as well coming in to college, and I learned how to deal with it towards the end. So
yeah, but I wonder if it's like noticeable to other people, because obviously like the way you change through college is very noticeable. But I wonder if like, I think if mine was way more internal than external. Maybe not even though. I don't know.
I don't know. And I don't know how like external mine is, because a lot of people still perceive me as this kind of reserved girl.
Yeah. Maybe because you're not like as outspoken about your newly found beliefs.
Maybe, but maybe because I went out more, it was a little more noticeable.
Yeah.
But who knows? Speaking of going out more, I remember the days when we never went out at all because of AIM.
Sweet transition.
Thanks.
You're right, I guess. I still went out with my friends every once in a while. We would like make plans over AIM.
We'll see. AIM kind of to control.
So, our third topic, which is another segment besides the movie reviews, which we're not doing this episode because we did too many, meaning two. We're calling it, are we not calling it TBT 2000s? Or are we? Did I make that up in my mind?
No, I think that's what it is. I mean, it may not be a Thursday, but it's like a throwback.
Yeah,
it may be on a Thursday, but we're throwing it back to the 2000s. Tuesday. Oh, it works.
So
TBT.
Still works. Yeah. So TBT 2000s is where we talk about a fun, popular thing. Well, actually, it doesn't always have to be fun, but like a popular thing that we did, or, you know, kids everywhere did in the 2000s. And what better first topic than AIM, which I feel like all of our friends spent a significant amount of time on.
Definitely. I feel like everyone had. Like, that was the way we texted each other before people had smartphones.
Yeah. Well, I had a sidekick, so...
Oh, right. Sorry about that.
So, like, ugh. I still have it, I think, somewhere in my room, broken.
That's great. We should talk about sidekicks later.
Oh, that's a good TBT. But, yeah. Also, okay, I used to say AIM, not AIM.
I used to say AIM too.
Okay.
But I felt like
if you said AIM, no one would know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
AOL Instant Messenger.
There we go.
I just thought AIM took too long to say, so I would always just say AIM. But yeah, so I think, yeah, like I said, everyone can agree that the majority of our like young tween years were spent on this instant messaging platform.
But yeah, I think the best part about it was the usernames that people came up with.
Yeah, no, definitely. And like you put a lot of time and effort into like coming up with your screen name.
Yeah.
What was yours?
I did. Mine was Miss Janae Faux Show.
Classic.
And it was like a capital M, and then Janae was like capital JNAY, and then the number 4, and then show.
SHO.
SHO.
Dope.
How about you?
I can't remember if the nickname came first or if my screen name came first. In 7th grade, we had like a TA in my history class, and like she couldn't pronounce my name, so she thought it was Izzle. It's Elsie. So my screen name was Izzle for the number 4, Shizzle. That was my screen name.
Izzle for shizzle. That's a good one.
Thanks. And then, yeah, some of my friends would call me that in real life.
I think I called you Izzle.
Yeah.
I definitely did call you Izzle.
Which, right now that I think about it, is a terrible name. I don't like it at all.
I'm bringing it back.
Don't call me that. Please, anyone, don't call me that. I don't like it anymore.
But yeah, I went through my buddy list and I went to see what people's names were.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry if
if you hear your name in this.
You hear your name in this, or you might not even remember that this is like
your screen name.
Your screen name. But some of my, maybe not favorites, but some of them that I was like, what?
Stand out.
Stand out. There we go. There is Noisy Mitty Kit.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Baby Girl 01266. There is Shake and Bake.
I like that one. Wait.
980. That's a good one. I like that one too.
Yeah.
This one I was like, I don't even know who this person is, but it's Hyper Asian Angel.
I have a good it's Proud Korean Girl 92. Asians have the best screen names.
They do. My other Asian friend, who hopefully will be on the show, Marissa, hers was just Touch of Grey 012. I don't know what that means.
That's like kind of dark, like mysterious. I like it though. It kind of still stands.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have her explain that when she comes on. And then there was also Shorty Chica 1131. Those were some standouts on my buddy list.
Nice. I said Proud Korean Girl.
Proud Korean Girl.
92. Dancer Chick 42892. That's that's a lot of numbers. There was another one that I thought was really funny. Where was it? Rar Tangy, like Rar Tang. Those are two very different words. Okay, Rar I think was a very popular AIM name, or at least part of the name. Like I remember,
think so too.
It was just a big thing. But Tangy, Tall Dwarf 002.
That's not a real thing.
I have it in my buddy list. I have no idea who that person is.
That's a good one.
But yeah, I guess those are the ones that I pick out that are funny to me.
I also have a funny one. Eyes with the letter Z, the number 2, and then spare.
You don't have eyes to spare though. Like I think you need your 2 eyes. I mean, you could live with one, but you don't have that many to spare.
There's eyes to spare, and I may or may not had a little online fling with this person.
Oh, that was their name?
That was their name.
Damn.
I should have just from the name I should have just been like, no. But then again, this was like middle school. This is like 8th, 7th grade.
Yeah, I think AIM romances were also a very big thing going on.
They're huge. I had never met Eyes to Spare in real life.
Being kept anonymous for this.
Yes, it's gonna be kept anonymous, but we'll leave it at it's not that creepy because it was my friend's cousin.
Okay. So you like semi knew this person.
Like semi knew this person, but like I've never met them.
Okay.
I saw one picture.
On MySpace or like where?
On MySpace.
Okay.
Just one picture, 8th grade on MySpace. And I would have to say it lasted probably like a year.
Really?
Yeah, well, because it was like my friend's cousin. And I'm still friends with that friend, who will also remain anonymous, but she will probably know when she hears this. I know. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
I never heard about this.
Yeah, because I didn't really share it with anyone.
It's a very private matter.
It's a very private matter, not my proudest moment, but I figured do it for the TBT.
Yeah.
And we also like didn't talk as much back then because the form to talk wasn't as accessible.
That's true.
So maybe that's why it probably like didn't even cross my mind. So I don't even know if you would count that as like my first boyfriend. Probably not.
Half a boyfriend.
Like half a boyfriend?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I got half a boyfriend online. And I don't really know what we talked about.
Stupid stuff.
Probably.
How his eyes had spare eyes to give away.
Yeah. I wish I had more details because I feel like it would be
You don't remember any of it.
But I don't remember any of it.
Well, I have a fun... It was a very, very, very short-lived romance.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about this either.
No,
so
because I haven't told anyone, because it's a very, very embarrassing story. And I'm willing to share it with you guys, but it's very embarrassing. And it was on like a chat website, but it wasn't AIM. I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
I think I totally know what website you're talking about too. I think I had one of those.
What was it? Because I don't remember the name of the website. I just know. Okay, so it was really weird because it was like the website was for like a Latina radio station or like TV
this
station.
Is really good.
That like played music. So I don't know if it was a radio station or like a TV channel that played like Latin music, but they also had like a chat room that you could go into. I was like 14, 15 probably when I was like going on this thing. Which is kind of old, I feel like old enough to like know better. But I like, the way it would work is like, obviously like thousands of people were on this chat room, and like you could talk to people individually as well. Like you could invite someone to talk like in a private conversation. I think this is probably like the first or second time I went on this website, and I don't even know how I found it. Like I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just stumbled across it, I guess. And so, like, I don't know how me and this person started talking. I'm assuming it's a guy. I have no idea. And so we, like, started talking and, like, flirting, I guess. But, like, what 15-year-old knows how to flirt? And then, like...
I'm, like, excited to see where this story goes.
It's not that,
so
like,
excited.
exciting, but it's also... Well, actually, it's really funny. I think my parents were, like, getting ready to leave somewhere. And, like, I was supposed to go with them. So I was, like, talking to this person, of course, and, like, not paying attention. And so I was, like, telling this person, I was like, oh, I really like you. Like, you're really great, blah, blah. And then this other person on the other side of the world or wherever, I don't know where this person was from, was like, yeah, I really like you, too. Like, we should, like, go out or something. And then I, like, flipped out. I got really freaked out. And I was like, because I think they asked me my age. And I was like, oh, like, 18. And then
I've done that before. I totally did that before in chat rooms.
Okay, I lied. I'm actually 15. I'm really sorry. And then I, like, signed off.
You apologize for lying about your age?
Yeah, I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm actually 15. I gotta go. And then I, like, logged off and never saw that person ever again.
That's so funny.
And that's the first time I've ever told anyone that story, I think.
It's the greatest story ever.
So the moral of that is don't go on Latina music chat websites, because you will fall in love with someone that is too old for you, and then you will have to confess that you lied about your age.
That's great. I definitely did that once or twice, where I just go into like a random chat room, just be like, I'm actually like 19.
I'm like 27. I'm like really cool. Yeah.
We were catfishing people left and right.
Yeah, we were catfishing before catfishing was a thing.
Yeah.
Where's our TV show?
Or we were being catfish.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know the correct terminology. So, on that note,
thanks for listening.
With that great story. Please, if you ever see me in person, don't bring it up, because it's a...
Or do.
It's a sore subject. I still feel really bad about it.
What if that was like the guy for you?
Right? What if that was the love of my life and I ruined it?
That you found a Latino music chat room.
There are worse ways to meet people, okay?
That's true, there is. But yeah, follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, and Tumblr.
We are Semi-Serious. That is our handle.
You should look us up on Facebook, like us on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
And let us know if you guys have any funny or just standout AIM screen names.
Yeah, we want to know what your screen names were, because it tells you a lot about that person, I feel like.
Definitely. Give you guys a shout out in the next one.
Yeah.
Or let us know what you think about the nudes.
Yeah, let us know what you think about the nudes. No, not about the nudes, like about this problem.
The leaking of the nudes. Yeah,
don't go look at them. That's not something
don't look
you
up
should
the
do.
nudes.
That's a violation of privacy, and you should feel gross if you do that.
Yes,
I felt gross because I looked at them.
So did I. But that was before.
That was before I was an informed citizen.
Yes.
And I will never look at another celebrity's nude photos ever again.
Definitely.
Taking an oath on air right now. So
Same.
Hold me up to that. If you ever see me looking at celebrity nudes, be like, Elsie, You promised that
promised
you
were gonna do
wouldn't,
that.
and now you are. How do you feel about that? Anyways, thanks you guys for listening. As
Thank
always,
you.
it's been fun.
Keep it real.
Bye.